If she's slipping from your life, this is how you make her come back. Not by saying yes to everything she wants, not by trying to please her, but by saying no and meaning it. Because the truth is a man who can't say no will never be respected. Every time you say yes just to keep the peace, every time you agree just to avoid conflict, every time you bend your boundaries to make someone happy, you lose a little bit of yourself. And the crazy part, the more you say yes to people, the less they value your yes. That's why men who can't say no end up invisible. But men who stand firm, men who protect their time, their energy, their peace, those men earn respect. Let's be honest. We're raised to think being agreeable makes us good men, that being nice will make people like us more. But there's a difference between kindness and weakness. Kindness is strength under control. Weakness is fear disguised as kindness. When you can't say no, what you're really saying is, I'd rather disappoint myself than disappoint someone else. And that's the first step toward resentment and losing respect, especially from women, because women don't respect men who always agree. They respect men who lead with conviction. They respect men who can calmly say no. That doesn't work for me. Let's break down the psychology of why saying no creates attraction. When you say yes to everything, your brain releases dopamine. It feels good. You feel accepted, but that dopamine rush is short-term. And soon after, your testosterone drops, because deep down you know you compromised your integrity. But when you say no, when you assert yourself, testosterone rises. You feel strong, clear, grounded. Your body rewards you for alignment. That's why boundaries feel powerful. You're telling your subconscious, I protect myself first, and people can feel that. A man who says no with calm confidence triggers safety and respect. That's pure masculine energy, the energy that women, friends, and even other men respond to instinctively. Now let's connect this to Stoicism. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about discipline, about knowing what's within your control and what's not. Marcus Aurelius said, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. That's your blueprint for saying no. You don't owe everyone your time. You don't owe everyone your energy. You don't owe explanations to people who wouldn't understand them. Anyway, a Stoic man's no is final. Not emotional, not defensive. Just clear, because peace requires boundaries. And every no you give to something unworthy is a yes you give to yourself. Here's the practical side. Let's talk about how to actually do it without guilt, without drama. Step 1. Pause before you agree. When someone asks for your time, your energy, or your attention, pause. Take 3 seconds. Ask yourself, do I actually want to do this? If the answer is no, say no. You don't need to explain. You don't need to soften it with maybe, or I'll think about it. Say it calmly, no. That doesn't work for me. Step 2. Stop over-explaining your no. When you start explaining, you sound unsure. You're not asking for permission. You're setting direction. Be clear. Be firm. The shorter your no, the stronger your energy. Step 3. Protect your priorities. Every yes to someone else is a no to your mission, your goals, your discipline, your peace. That's sacred. A Stoic man guards it like a temple. Step 4. Stay calm. When people test your boundaries, they'll push, they'll guilt trip you. They'll call you cold, distant, selfish. Stay calm, because emotional manipulation is the price of independence. And you can't be free without disappointing a few people. Let me tell you a story. A guy named Alex. Successful, smart, kind-hearted, but he had one problem. He couldn't say no. His girlfriend would cancel on him last minute, and he'd just smile and say, it's okay. His friends would call him at midnight asking for favors, and he'd always show up at work. His boss would dump more tasks on him, and he'd say yes every time. until one day he burned out. He felt invisible, drained, and unappreciated. He realized people didn't respect him. They used him, so he tried something radical. He started saying no. At first, everyone was shocked. His girlfriend got angry, his co-workers called him different. But within weeks, something changed. People started listening to him. His girlfriend started respecting his time. And for the first time in his life, Alex felt peaceful. Why? Because no filtered his world. It removed the noise, it attracted only what was meant for him. That's what happens when you stop trying to please everyone. You finally meet yourself. Now let's flip it to relationships. Men often think saying yes to everything keeps her happy. But in truth, women lose attraction when they realize you can't stand firm. Because she doesn't need a servant. She needs a leader when she tests your patience. Say no to chaos when she demands something unfair. Say no with peace when she plays emotional games. Say no with silence, not because you don't care, but because you care too much to let disrespect grow. Boundaries don't push people away. They separate the right ones from the wrong ones. And here's the twist: when you finally start saying no, she get curious. She think he's different now. He's not bending like before. And that curiosity turns into attraction. Because a man who can say no becomes the man who doesn't need validation. And that's magnetic. Here's what most men never understand. Your yes means nothing until your no means something. If you say yes to everything, your words lose value. If you say yes to everyone, you lose yourself. Real respect comes from selective energy. The world values what's rare, not what's available, so be rare. Be disciplined, be okay with being misunderstood. Because the man who says no to others often ends up saying yes to the life he actually wants. Here's a line to remember every time you say yes. To avoid guilt, you build resentment in silence. And resentment kills love faster than rejection ever could. So don't be afraid to disappoint people. Disappointing others is the cost of self-respect. And respect, once earned, becomes the foundation of real attraction. Because women might like nice guys, but they love men with boundaries. You want her to respect you. Don't raise your voice, don't argue. Don't explain yourself endlessly. Just say no when it's needed and let your silence do the rest. Because when a man can say no calmly, he becomes untouchable, uncheckable, irresistible. So, from this moment on, stop being the man who says yes out of fear. Become the man who says no out of strength. Stop trying to please everyone. Start protecting your peace. Because only when you learn to say no to the wrong things, do the right things, and the right people start saying yes to you. If you are ready to set boundaries, earn respect, and take back your power, comment below you and irresistible. Because only when you become unresistible to yourself will the world finally start respecting your silence.